Doesn't matter, actually.
And well, I don't know about that because I'm looking at some of your tweets, brother. And you're up here talking about black on black crime. One of your tweets, you say black on black crime is higher than school shootings. So what's your bug in your ass about so-called black on black crime? When I hear that, people talking about black on black crime, what's that about?
Now, this guy tweeted that black on black crime is higher than school shootings. Really? Really? Okay, let's continue.
Well, I think we live in a different mold of a universe than we did before. And
What does that
to
mean?
not
What
address
does
it,
that mean?
to not address it is not correct.
Okay, let's address it. What about
I'm
black
not
on
I'm
black
not
crime?
I'm not saying it's a racial issue.
Yeah, black on black crime. Saying black on black crime is racial. So
Okay,
So this white guy is trying to pretend like, hey, I'm just trying to point out bad things in society. Really? So why would you say that black on black crime is higher or worse than school shootings, as if to suggest school shootings ain't all that bad, not something to even talk about? Why would you? No, you wouldn't talk like that. Your aim was to attack black people and project, your problems from your community as something to not pay attention to. That's what it is. Ain't nobody dumb.
okay, but to hyper focus on that is not the point.
but you tweeted it. So why did you tweet about black on black crime as a white man?
But okay, but can I not?
That's a legit question because, listen, for example, in white America, I mentioned white America. I know them better than I know any of the other people around the other world. I grew up here with them. It is said in all sources that, that really, really bad word. I think y'all can see it here. I won't say it, but you can see it. I wrote it up here. It ends in ilia, the last one, that word. It has been said in all sources that is far more rampant in their communities. You don't see us black Americans tweeting that they need to put it in check. You don't see us out here preaching to them how important it is that they stop doing that. It is said that Brad is the face of Ophelia. But you don't hear us preaching to them about it. Like, hey, Brad, hey, there's some sick stuff. You need to clean it up, bro. We don't even speak on y'all's garbage. Why do y'all feel y'all entitled to be some angels and saviors for us? Why don't you just shut up, mind your business? If you want to talk about problems in society, talk about the ones that's coming from your community. Because if you're going to have influence in reducing crime or whatever ills of society, you're going to have success among your people first. And really your people only. And then once y'all got your stuff together, you can then lead by example. You won't have to go around preaching. Let's continue.
Say anything about black culture that's not true.
Did you hear what he said? Can I not say anything about black culture? Your community got enough problems. And bottom line is, you only mention ills in the black community as a way to project blacks as inferior. 3/4 of human, you degenerate. And you just don't got the cojones to admit that's your only agenda.
Okay. All right. What about it? Why do you have a bug?
It comes from that insecure, racist demon inside of you. It's a little wimpy, cowardly demon, afraid to face up to your own ills. So you try to direct attention away from your sick, twisted mentality by pointing at other people. Black on black crime is worse than school shootings. You dork.
Again, you asked about black culture, and then black culture is
Yeah, but
very
it doesn't
diverse.
mean that I right, exactly. That's the point. Is there? I'm not saying anything that Denzel didn't say. For
But
being
using a
honest.
right, but Denzel is from our culture, so he's saying things in a constructive manner because Denzel gives people opportunities, and he says it out of love
I don't
and
think our
constructiveness.
cultures. I know that.
Okay,
No,
okay, hold on. Now,
that
what have you done?
context,
What have you done to help black people and give them an opportunity? Like Denzel, he has. I can be critical of certain things within black society because I put a lot of people on. I employ a lot of black people, and I give black people platforms, and I give them job opportunities all across the board. Who have you helped who's black?
Well, I wish my sister could be
Yeah,
here.
and these people who say that, they have no concern for black America. They don't want to see black Americans do better. These people who come over here, it's not just white Americans, all of these immigrants, every one of them, black or not, black and otherwise, be talking that nonsense. What about black on black violence? Black on black crime, black on that fresh and fit, all these goofballs. And they come from countries where crime is far worse than what you see here in black America. Far worse. And beyond the crime, they got other problems that's far worse than us here in black America. So why don't you just shut your whole face? All of you. Don't bring up black on black violence. Talk about the violence in your homeland. Most of you don't even want to talk about your homeland, and you don't care about seeing your homeland improve. You just a freaking degenerate that just waddled over here and want to feel inferior because you're such an insecure piece of trash with no confidence anyways. So you figure the only way to be somebody is to put down the group of people who are influential. You dirt bags. I'm sick of hearing this, trying to preach to us about. We already talk about black on black violence. I myself got plenty of videos right here on this channel. Point me to the videos where y'all talking about the ills coming out of your community. We already talk about our problems. Where are y'all talking about y'all's? You don't. When we find you, the only thing you talking about is our problems.
She's from Costa Blanca, and she's now a
Where's
famous
Costa Blanca? Where's that?
Ivory Coast in Africa.
Okay, what does that have to do with? Okay, what does that have to do with us?
She's,
Okay, enough of that. You see what I'm upset about. Since y'all want to talk about gangs, understand, black Americans were not the first gangsters. Let's take a look at the first gangsters who set the tone for gangsterism in America. And let's keep it home here, because this gang culture came from their countries. They brought it from their shithole countries to here. Y'all want to pretend like we, black Americans, invented it. Gang culture is actually foreign to us. There they are. There's your original gangsters. There's your OGs. Late really mid 1800s. And that's just here in America. They came over here, let's say the late 1800s. At that time, guess what? They were the gangsters. And when they move into a neighborhood, the black people move out. They were the degenerates that filled up the prisons, not us. So, the gangster mentality, look, here you go. The gangster, mobster, dirtbag, no value for human life, shooting up people. You try to pretend like it's not natural in other people, just black America. The truth is the reverse. It's never naturally occurred in black Americans. I don't want to hear nothing about Africans either. And those ethnicities over there in Africa and other places really can't be compared to gangsters anyways. Because at least those different ethnicities do speak different languages, and they are genuinely different with legit reasons to have separation between the ethnicities. But now it's not necessary for the violence, and they're not all at war with each other. Talking about the ethnic groups in Africa. Gang culture, the gang mentality did not come from us. So beat it. It came from other people. Many of those other people are over here trying to lecture black Americans on being in gangs. When we all know who the real gangsters are. And when they got accepted into corporate America, they didn't need to be involved in gang life no more. Let's look at the most crime-ridden cities in the world, shall we? And this is very accurate because it's homicides per 100,000 people. Who's at the top? That ain't Chicago. That ain't Houston. Who in the top 10? Not one city even in the United States. Who the real degenerates? We are projected as the degenerates of the world because of Chicago. Understand, this is results for 2024 that you're looking at right now. Let's deal with today's world, huh? Where are the black Americans? When you look at this, you shouldn't see cities. What you're looking at is millions of people right there, 1 to 10 alone. There ain't no black Americans in there. So what you're looking at is millions of criminals and crime and not one black American face. See, gang culture in the United States, as far as black Americans, many of them were first created to combat police brutality on the grassroots level in our neighborhoods. Many of them were infiltrated and was changed from what they were originally and the purpose that they originally served, which was positive protection. We were at war. They were created at a time when we were at war. When we were being attacked, literally, with military weapons. We had to develop. We had to be tough. It took that. It took all of that. So it emerged in black America through unnatural means. And let's keep going. Not just top 10. Let's keep going. Look at this. South Africa. That's number 11 on the most crime. South Africa. But I thought this was a Negro thing. And once you get to Africa, at the top of the list is South Africa. How many people from South America, Spanish America, Mexico, come up here calling us, telling us, what about black on black? Projecting us as the worst people in the world because of black on black crime. Y'all need to stop. What a joke. The first American city is St. Louis at number 15. I don't want to hear nothing from none of you. And this includes many of you from over there in European countries. Many of them are just as ghetto and crime ridden as all get up. Still worse than us. Okay? Ryan Garcia kicked all of this off. But we know he's not going to know better. I don't think he has the ability to learn at all, to learn anything new. Some of the excuses that they're making for and he's just an outright racist psychopath, a sociopath with no morals. That's his problem. He got nothing to do with no depression, all this nonsense. He's just a lunatic, a truly genuine degenerate. And I'll leave it there.